Today's podcast is brought to you by True Classic. Head to trueclassic.com/dangle to save on True Classic products today. And I love True Classic because it allows me to go from work to the golf course or the driving range. I don't have to change. I can just wear the same clothes because True Classic is athletic wear and it's also work wear. And for me, like, that's what I need. I need a balance in my life where I don't have to have one thing I'm wearing at work and then one thing I'm wearing when I'm at the driving range. Everything is easy. I keep that same t-shirt on. And not only is True Classic super comfy and great for whatever you're doing in your daily life, it's also very affordable. They have packs of t-shirts that come in 3 or 6 or 9, and it's really affordable, and you can save even more on top of the great prices if you head to trueclassic.com/dangle. So whether you're bundling up for the cold or getting ready for spring, level up your style with clothes that actually fit right. Just go to trueclassic.com/dangle, shop now, and elevate your wardrobe today.
The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
The kid from Northern Ireland finally won a major championship again. Rory McIlroy finally did it again. He hadn't won a major since 2014 when he picked up the Open Championship that year, and he actually won the PGA as well that year. And he hadn't won since. It's been more than a decade, and last year he came close. And he's been close many times throughout the last more than a decade. There's been putts he's missed. There's been so many close calls on the back nine where he chokes it away. And today, the roller coaster of emotions that McIlroy had the entire golf world and sporting world really going through while watching him was absolutely incredible. And I want to start with his round on Sunday, Masters Sunday, from the 13th onwards. But before we go into those shots that really were the roller coaster of emotions for the entire sporting world, I just want to talk about those emotions and the grip that the golf world had on everybody who tuned in on Sunday today to watch that, because that was the beauty of what happened on Sunday. Is we had McIlroy versus Bryson to start the day, and that was the drama going in, and the beauty was the emotion that people had just with those names going in, top names in the sports. Scotty's there too, Scotty Scheffler, who's amongst the top names in the sport, the top dog right now. Somebody's got to take his crown. Maybe it's McIlroy, but like, it was Bryson versus Rory. Who's gonna get this one? And right there from the start, we had a battle, and then from there, Bryson faded, and it became this push and pull and this tug with McIlroy against McIlroy. He was playing himself. He was playing the demons all day long. And as a person who likes sports, whether you're a big golf fan or just a casual who turned in because it was the Masters, because of the drama, how could you not feel everything in all of these moments that happened? What an incredible Sunday. And this is the beauty that the Masters brings out in sports, in anybody who's watching. And they're like, the atmosphere itself of the Masters, the way they market it and keep it a hallowed ground, you know, with the patrons not being able to use their phones, and the history that the Masters invokes, everything they do added to the lore of what happened with McIlroy on Sunday. And what happened with McIlroy on Sunday is he double bogeys the first hole. It's a disaster from there. We're like, oh, here we go again. This thing won't be close. Bryson's going to run away with it or something like that. And he battles back, and eventually he's up by four strokes at one point during his round. But then we get to the 13th hole. And the 13th hole is where Rory McIlroy decided to take this par 5, you know, play it easy, condense it. I'm gonna get there. I'm trying to get a birdie. Worst, I get a par. I'm not gonna go for it in 2. He lays up. He has an easy wedge shot into the green, and he hits it directly into the water, and he ends up double bogeying the par 5 13th. And from there, like, I don't know about you, but I know myself, I lost all confidence in this man. I was rooting for him to get back and do this thing. I was rooting for him since Thursday. And like, sidebar, Rory on Thursday was about 20 places out of the lead, and that's not, I don't think that's going into the narrative of him winning this thing, that it was a pretty great comeback victory. Like, he didn't have the best Thursday. If you remember, like, he had a great round at the beginning, then he faded in the last few holes, and he was a little further out than you would think for the Masters champion, but battled, like I said, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. We get to that 13th, double bogeys, and from there, he goes to the next hole. He goes to the 14th, and he bogeys that one too. And that was a situation where we've seen that Rory before on the 14th, where he has the par putt. It's an easy par putt. No putt is easy at the Masters. Those greens are like ice. No putt is easy, but he has the opportunity there to, you just doubled, start off clean next hole, get a par, work your way back, and he bogeys that with an easy, I think it's about 8-foot putt that he misses. And from there, it's 13th, 14th, he's +3 over those two holes, and it looked like Oberg was going to take it, whether he was going to come back and get that, or if it was going to be Justin Rose, who was hanging tight around -10 there, and he's tied for the lead, and you think that it's over. And then we're at the par 5 15th, and we have the shot that we think is going to be the defining shot of the Masters victory for Rory McIlroy, because it's this beautiful shot that he hits a gorgeous little hook into the green. He sets up an eagle putt. He gets to the green in 2. He ends up getting a birdie, but that shot around the trees, his beautiful little hook into there, gorgeous. McIlroy's back. He got that birdie. Everything's good. He probably just needs one more birdie to get ahead and keep Justin Rose in the distance for the rest of it, and that'll be it. And he gets that birdie on the 17th, and he hits this shot. He has a beautiful tee shot. He's standing in the middle of the fairway on the 17th, and he hits this towering, beautiful wedge shot. He's looking at it, and he says, go, go, go. And we all think it doesn't have enough because of the way he's chasing it and the way he's yelling it to get a few more yards. But I think he knew that it was perfect. It rolls a couple feet to the pin. And what does McIlroy do this time? He makes the putt that he never makes. He never makes these short putts in clutch situation. He didn't make it 2 holes ago when he bogeyed, when he bogeyed the hole, when he had the opportunity to make par. But this time he sinks it. He's one up. 1 hole to go for the Masters, for the green jacket. And Rory McIlroy pulls out the most Rory McIlroy move ever. I joked last week about how Rory McIlroy was the opposite of Michael Jordan. He's the opposite of any clutch athlete you've ever known, in that in any situation where there's pressure over the last 10 plus years, he's never been able to capitalize. And this 18th par putt that he had to win the Masters, where he was 6 feet away from the hole, it was the worst thing I've ever seen a golfer do out there. I don't think I've ever seen a collapse like that in that moment. But because the theme of the day was Rory fighting Rory, it was him against him, he got the opportunity to make up for it in the playoffs. And boy, did he do that with another beautiful wedge shot. The one he just had from the same situation on the 18th, he had hit that in the bunker. That led to his bogey, where he couldn't get up and down from the bunker to finish for par to win the Masters. This time, from a very similar spot in the fairway, almost identical, he hits his wedge shot into a couple feet from the pin. Justin Rose misses his birdie putt, so Justin Rose is in for par. McIlroy gets in there for birdie, and that's it. And I hope from here on out, all of the demons for this dude are exercised, because you can see out there with what we just talked about, and on the 15th and the 18th there, all the demons, and the 14th, all the demons, and the first hole, all the demons were still with McIlroy. And thank goodness he won this. Whether you were a McIlroy fan in that instance or not, I think you could understand that this guy needed this more than anything in the world. This is exactly what he needed. He needed to come through in a moment where all of the world's pressure were on his shoulders, because he's never been able to do it. And in that instance, he did it. And this might be the next step to a really great run for Rory McIlroy at the next set of majors. Who knows? But his swing looks really good. And his putting needs a little bit of work in those tight situations. But hopefully this is the next step in his career where these demons aren't chasing him and he's free and we can see a great Rory run in golf. Okay, this is kind of silly, but I just went this entire time without mentioning the fact that Rory McIlroy completed the career Grand Slam, which is kind of one of those important things here. On top of him winning the green jacket and overcoming all the odds and everything, he completed the career Grand Slam, which is something only a number of golfers have ever done. It's Gene Sarazen, Ben Hogan, Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, and Gary Player. So Rory McIlroy is the 6th ever golfer to complete the career Grand Slam. And one graphic they had on the screen during the Masters broadcast that I thought was super fascinating was the amount of attempts it took to achieve the career Grand Slam. So when the golfer had their 3rd Grand Slam and then they played the 4th major that they need, how many attempts it took. Gene Sarazen took 1 attempt. Ben Hogan took 1 attempt. Tiger Woods took 1 attempt. Nicklaus and Player both took 3. And this was Rory McIlroy's 11th attempt at capturing the Masters since he's had the other 3 major championships. So that is an incredible feat. If you look at that list there of those 6 guys, the thing that is most impressive there, and they mentioned this in one of the post shows, is the number of names that aren't there. The greatest golfers of all time. Some of them are not on that list, but McIlroy is, and that is the exclusive company that he entered today. What a great day for golf. I feel like it got a lot of the casual fans. I'm happy for the sport, for a sport that I love to watch and to play. I'm happy that the game seemed to really get a full new audience on Sunday watching because of all the drama that was unfolding. And I hope that brings new fans to golf and to the next set of majors that are going to go on this season. I'm really happy for the sport of golf, and what a Masters Sunday like no other. If you're watching on the Jesse Blake Sports Report YouTube channel, hit like and hit subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you're listening on all audio platforms, you already know that this is available on all audio platforms. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be listening or watching right now, and I appreciate you for that. Good night from Toronto.
And that is how it's done.
The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
Jesse Blake, the guy that likes to hear his name twice in one sentence. Sure, I know him. No, he doesn't have an ego at all.